Hello and welcome to Joy Wisdom Trust. I am Joy Wisdom. I am very passionate about women and children's health. I've been working with women in pregnancy, infertility, miscarriage for nearly 2 decades. I'm working with babies too, children's health, etc. Issues that they've gone through, continue to go through, and causing mental and physical health issues. If we put a stop to it, there would be lots and lots of benefits financially as well as health-wise. One of the things I noticed working with couples and maternity was an expectation to become pregnant straight away. The date was set, no thought of preparation or getting the body ready for new life. And couples leave pregnancy until later in life these days, which brings more complexities. And sometimes the body is not in the condition to support new life. Sperm and egg quality can be poor, and due to lifestyle, poor diet, etc., lack of minerals and vitamins can also be a factor. Drugs, alcohol, and smoking are factors of poor quality internal states and also poor quality sperm and eggs. Disappointments are going to be involved when you have this weakness or poor quality involved, and it's going to take time to correct that. Some couples are looking, well, I want a quick fix, but the body doesn't work that way. You've got to remember that whatever age they are, this has changed and converted during that time. Alcohol is a big issue and affects both males and females, and of course the fetal origins are also affected. Sometimes we need a helping hand to prepare for pregnancy. Programs will be offered in JWT to help prevent disappointments. Avoid the emotional distress. Stress and anxiety will be part of the picture from lack of success. Partners are emotionally affected too from miscarriage and at a loss of what to do to support. They feel out of their depth. We need both genders to look at this and to correct those changes, which can be done. So miscarriage, I lost my baby. And there have been quite a few celebrities that have shared their experiences on TV in the recent years. Miscarriage is not recognized as an emotional and psychological devastation for women. Data is poor, and there are millions of women that go through this process daily. A global issue. Their devastation is not supported or acknowledged. Most women push aside, advise to get on with it. However, all have their own stories of distress, loss, and grief. And for some, 20 years later, they can talk about this and tears will flow. The cause and underlying depression, PND, PTSD, anger, frustration, future outcomes and disorders from loss, grief, failure, etc. And some women do not recover. Trauma is too great. Couples are both affected from the loss. The partner or the husband feels the loss just as much, but they do tend to recover from the situation faster because they do not have the hormonal surges that women will continue to have. Some women shut down from distressing experiences. The hormonal surges keep the distress going. Pregnancy process, it has started and ongoing, and it doesn't matter if termination pill, the pregnancy process, hormonal surges will still be in place. This can be in place for quite a few months afterwards, sometimes longer, depending upon the woman and how balanced or dysfunctional her hormonal systems have been. It also applies to termination, stillbirth. The miscarriage, sadness, and grief can put that barrier between the mother and her ongoing children. The love of her life, occasion around the conception can mean very different things at that conception for a woman and for the fetal origins. But it explains a lot of behavior around favoritism around children and siblings, etc. Also, the relationship with the parents and behavior. The devastation of grief and sadness from miscarriage is vast. It is unique for the individual. Some women can seem to pick themselves up and so on, while others are just completely devastated. The shock and adverse trauma felt is misunderstood, and relationships strain can be very much involved. In my pregnancy and birth book, I have the story about one woman. The tally was about 10. This woman was grey, absolutely grey. The trauma challenges that she's had to face with that, and the grief, devastation. Her relationship had broken. She was very much on her own, but she carried that strain and loss for 10 pregnancies for her, working with her and getting some of this strain and stress off her. And she went into work the next day. As she walked in, they wanted to know where she'd been and what she'd done, because they said, I want what you've had, because she was a completely different woman. These traumatic elements that can weigh us down. It's as if we are carrying the world on our shoulders with little understanding of how it has arrived, how we have got to this point. So underlying postnatal depression and PTSD can remain from miscarriage, IVF, and maternity. If you're interested in Joy Wisdom Trust, what we stand for, if you want to help, if you would like to get involved or even take part in some of the programs, please contact. Our website, as you can see there behind me, is www.joywisdomtrust.org. I thank you for your time.